What's up, teacups? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all my Gemini friends here with me today, as well as the cross watchers. Welcome, guys. We are going to do a tarot love spread for you. Funny story, I started off doing Pisces, I think 3 times, and it just wasn't happening, and it was because I was supposed to do Gemini. I don't know why, but that message came through. So clearly the Gemini gang is dominating the energy right now. So let's hop in and see. Whoa, see, there you are. Let's hop in and see what we can get for Gemini in love. Do keep in mind these are going to be general messages. That means not everything I say will resonate with all the Geminis out there. Please, please, please use your own discretion. Only take away messages that you feel are for your best and highest good. And Gemini, you will know intuitively what those are. If something isn't fitting your circumstance or scenario, you can release it, okay? You don't need to take on those messages. That being said, messages take some time to resonate sometimes. So give it a few days, a few weeks, even a few months. If it resonates down the line, hey, it was your message. That's awesome. And again, if it doesn't, you can push it aside and move on. So many great tarot readers on YouTube here. Don't limit yourself to one, right? So hopefully I can connect with a bunch of my Geminis out there in love, messages for their best and highest good. Everything else you're wondering will be in that description box below, including the decks I am using, as well as my social media channels. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Go ahead and check those out. For Gemini in love. For Gemini in love. All right, let's do it. Let's hop in. Whew, 10 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. I'm digging that. So, your energy coming into roughly the month of September, we'll say. The World. Hell yeah, Gemini. Completion of major cycles. I mean, look at this card. It's the idea that something really bright and beautiful rests ahead, and it's like you've just unlocked the secret. You've just been handed the key to your destiny, or maybe to your love life, or this could literally be moving in with someone and then handing you the spare key. It could be something like that. But yeah, your energy, it's this very welcoming, come join us, come with us. And I don't mean that in like a creepy cult way. I just heard the Shining Twins, come play with us. Maybe, I don't know, maybe one of you is a twin, or your twin is getting engaged, or I don't know, there may be something there, but I heard come play with us. But it's in a good way. And maybe that's like a double entendre for some sort of like flirtatious sexual message, like let's go play. Very Gemini energy. I love it. 8 of Pentacles. All right. So the Workers card, in like a career spread, we look at this as like the apprenticeship, the artisan, becoming the master of your craft. So whatever this is, and I mean, I'm reading for love, but if it works for career, go with it. The idea that you've been working away at something, toiling away at something in the background for a significant amount of time where you've improved. Maybe you've been working on yourself. Maybe you've been working on loving yourself, on grounding yourself, of becoming ready to welcome partnership into your life. You've been working on it. You've been mixing around the ingredients, trying different things. Maybe you've been on the dating scene and learning, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is definitely not what I'm looking for. I'm just getting you've been learning about yourself. Pentacles can be like almost like significant of building of the mind, body, spirit sometimes. You've been doing the self-work, and it's like universe is coming at you with a welcome home, if you will. Like, here's the key, you've made it to the next round. Or yeah, it's like you've upped the ante. Again, completions of cycles with the World. And I mean, the World is a great card. It's balance and harmony. All the fixed zodiac signs are shown in this card. So Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo, that might be in your chart. That might be significant of someone you're maybe seeing a future potential with. Again, maybe someone you're moving in with. Or someone that you want on your team, right? The idea of working at something about collaboration and partnership. So, I mean, yes, team dynamic, coworker, but also team dynamic of, hey, let's work together and make this a beautiful life. Let's make this a beautiful world. Welcoming someone into your world. Gemini, you're vibing high. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, cool. So your person, if you don't have a person currently, this could represent someone from your past coming in, or someone in the future that you haven't met yet. So again, take what fits your story, release what does not. So your person is in hangman mode, card number 12. I might be dealing with a Pisces or a Scorpio for that matter. Being clarified by the Tower. Okay, so they're coming out of some major change. I did hear the word destruction, but I mean, in terms of the Tower moments generally are good when we give it some time. There's some rebuilding of like the aftermath of the destruction that came through. This person may have lost someone in their life that was very close to them. They may have been fired from a job, some like major upheaval in life that causes, again, changes in the cycle. So if you're coming into partnership with them, it would make sense that maybe they're not rushing into a relationship yet. But I'll also say, because they've been through some sort of change, I am getting that it's opened them up to something new, and maybe that is you, Gemini. Maybe that is you having a place in their life now. And again, some of you may not have even met this person yet. Yeah, they're in healing mode. They're sort of doing, as I was saying, you've been doing the work on yourself, like pentacles, like brick by brick, seed by seed, growing. They're in lag time behind you. They're not quite at your level yet. So maybe this is you passing on the key to someone else, like, yes, welcome, like almost luring them in, like, come into my world. I want to show you something fun. There is something very seductress about this to me too. Something about, again, flirtatious, not in a predator way, something about like cat and mouse. It's very, it's very like with a wink, something about this. Passing on the key to your heart. There's like a lot of symbolism there, but all right. So yeah, a person is going through some major changes, heavy Scorpio energy. They may have gotten out of some sort of struggle. It could be financially. Let's see what else is clarifying it. The Hierophant. Okay. They may have gotten out of a relationship. There could have been a commitment that was broken. It could be with a Taurus, potentially. They could be a Taurus. They could have been with a Taurus. Taurus stands for spirituality, generally speaking. It's like the Pope, the priest, the High Priestess. Or, I'm sorry, I said High Priestess. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Cancer. But the High Priest. The idea of conformity, traditionalism, against spirituality, the group. Groups of faith, of similar beliefs, of similar values, the institution of marriage. Again, I mean, you can see from the card, it's people sharing this communal experience of faith or of whatever this is to you, right? They may have been coming out of a relationship that didn't end on the best of terms. And so I'm actually glad to see that they are taking a rest before they completely transform. You know, card number 13 following this is death, transformation, major transformation after this upheaval, potentially an ending of a marriage. They're assessing what's around them and seeing where they want to rebuild in their life. Are they ready to jump into a new relationship? Is it time to, apply to a new job, leave this city, go here, fill in the blank. It's going to be a little bit different. But yeah, they're assessing the situation around them. With Hangman mode, it's being illuminated to new ideas and recognizing what is no longer serving you. Essentially, if we're all writing a story, right? The story of our lives. In Hangman mode, it's like, this isn't part of my story anymore. I'm going to leave that. But this, I really like, whatever, this character, this location, I'm going to like double up on that and put, this is like a cheesy metaphor, but like writing a book, I'm going to make this the main location from now on. I hope you understand what I'm saying there. Yes, cheesy metaphors. It's how I roll. Interesting. Okay. So, I mean, they're coming out of something heavy, but again, this is like past energy. It's what's being overcome. So I wouldn't be overly concerned with it. Some of you might be dealing with an Aries or have an Aries coming in. A parent might be an Aries in this situation of you or your person. So what is the energy existing between you two at the moment? It's funny, for a lot of you, I feel like you don't know this person yet. I feel like you've been doing a lot of work on your own. I feel like they've been committed to something else. Maybe that has been a job, a career, particularly in like, I don't know if it's spirituality. I'm getting more almost like exercise or like a training coach. I mean, she's like a meditative yoga instructor, right? Maybe it's spiritual coaching or life coaching or, something about like the physical body. Maybe they're a trainer or an athlete or whatever. Anyway, they've been tied up with that, and maybe that's what's come to an end. I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but I guess I was getting at, you two have been, I think, separated. Working on things on your own, how I was saying. I am getting divorce. Something about the idea of the skeleton, like vulture energy picking away at the bones. Something was eating away at them. Something that, ultimately it wasn't a stable foundation, and this tower moment had to come through and like kind of put them on their ass so that they could recognize how toxic or dangerous or just unsteady something was and rebuild. The tower is a good energy, but when you're going through it, it feels like a shitstorm. So yeah, I mean, this person has my sympathies. I think they're trying to rebuild their sense of peace, their internal peace, as well as external peace with the Hangman. So they're on the verge of closing out old cycles and beginning new ones. Anyway, back to the story here. What's between you is judgment. Okay, so with judgment, especially in a relationship spread or a love spread, I sometimes see judgment as a recall of the past, some sort of avenue or door that you had written off as closed or shut or something that could never be. Sometimes this is the opportunity to open that door and just make sure there's nothing there for you. and look, doors. Open up the door and see what's there for you. Someone might be waiting there with a key, vice versa, right? And same with this, there's like this weird kind of doorway thing, right, going on. That might be symbolic. Maybe you should listen to the Doors. All right, sorry, side note. I've been listening to a lot of like Doors, as in Jim Morrison, Raymond Zarek, all that. The Doors from the 60s. And something about their music right now is very on point. I don't know if that's just specifically a message for me, but it clearly came up here for a reason. I have some Gemini in my chart, so hey, maybe it's for me, but maybe it's for you. If you're into the Doors, if you're not familiar with the Doors, maybe give it a Google Play or whatever, right? Look them up on Apple Music. Maybe there's something in there for you. I'm just going to leave it at that. Judgment. Okay. So before we close out a cycle, this is actually kind of cool. Judgment comes right before the World. Card number 20 into 21, which is the World. Before we can close out this cycle and start something new, something from our past needs to be revisited and closed out. So whether that's coming to peace with the past and letting a person go, or whether that's, again, reopening a door and being like, hey, we were always just kind of friends, but maybe there's something there. Is it worth looking into? I will say, I mean, we'll clarify it, but there isn't a ton of like hot sexual passion here. So if this is someone from your past, Gemini, I'm not sensing this is someone that you were lusty with or always had that thing like you always wanted to jump on it, but you never did. I'm not so much getting that. This would be more of like an awakening, a revival of something that you didn't see potential in. So this could be someone who was always your friend. And then, I don't know, maybe something happens or transforms in their life that's going to finally get your attention. Maybe you're going to start working with them in some capacity. In terms, I don't know what it would be, in terms of coming together on some sort of project. And it doesn't have to be at your place of work. It could be like, I don't know, maybe they're helping you like fix a pipe in your house or something like you work together, you've hired them for something, or I don't know, they're helping you move. Again, like kind of friend zone, but then there might be some sort of moment of like a rejudgment, a new judgment call. In the traditional deck, it's the idea of, I think it's Archangel Gabriel, is he blows the trumpet and this beautiful music wakes the dead. Something that you didn't know existed within you, meaning feelings, right? Love in a love spread kind of rises up and it illuminates something that was otherwise dark before. Your dark, dark soul becomes, I don't know, filled with love. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, an awakening of the dead. Oh, you might be coming to this person's rescue. Especially if they've been through a difficult time, you might be their rock. And again, if they were in a committed relationship, Gemini, rightfully so, I think a lot of you are like hands off. Like I'm not, they're committed. Something may happen here where, and I would just be careful with this, but I have to read the message as it comes out. They may come to you as like, oh my God, my husband left me, Gemini, or, my wife, whoever, it doesn't matter. And it's almost like you're consoling them. So again, sort of like mother and child. There isn't a lot of sexual energy here. It's more friend zone. It's more platonic. Again, it has like this mother-child relationship. Something about the movie Poltergeist just came through. I don't know. Is someone named Jo Beth? I just heard the name Jo Beth. I don't know if that, I don't know. Something about the movie Poltergeist, saving of a little girl. Maybe this person has a child and you are very maybe you're like the cool aunt or the cool uncle to this. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm almost getting your best friend got out of a relationship and now they're coming to you, or vice versa, you're coming to them to help console the situation. And from that, maybe passion arises. Maybe some sort of emotional feeling is unearthed that, again, you almost didn't even know was there. You didn't anticipate it. I think both of you are going into this, if this is resonating with you, with a clear heart. You're not, I don't think this person is looking to you as a, what is the term? Rebound. I'm not getting rebound vibes from this, like, oh, I broke up with my person and now I'm going to sleep with Gemini and then peace out because I just needed their emotional healing. I'm really not getting that. Well, let's clarify it before I get ahead of myself. Yeah, Queen of Swords. There's something very sterile about the Queen of Swords. It's not lusty. And so for some of you, I mean, again, I know everybody's looking for that, you know, someone's going to come in and sweep you off your feet. There might be potential for that later on, especially with Ten of Pentacles, the idea of legacy over time. The seed grows into a flower. The seed grows into an oak tree. Time here. This isn't going to happen overnight if this is leading to a door of romance. Again, you might be welcoming them in to stay with you for a few months, and I'm just getting, be open to surprises here. Be open to new judgments, new awakenings, new callings. Again, particularly heavy Scorpio vibes. You have 2 to 3 because your person is, they might, I'm almost reading this as like a cusp sign. This is a Pisces card, but with the skeleton, there's something about death and transition here. So between the Mars, I don't know, between the Mars, excuse me, the Mars of the Tower, as well as Judgment and this almost death card, heavy Scorpio vibes. You also have Capricorn and Libra here, as well as Taurus. It could be any sign. I'm just throwing those out there because I know people are interested. Anyway, so as I was saying, Queen of Swords is kind of sterile. She's not going to rush in and offer her passion and her lust. It's not to say she doesn't have the capacity for all of that. She absolutely does. But her primary focus is the data, the details, the logistics of how this is all going to work out. I do see you almost in I was going to say Mother Nature, but I just heard Mama Bear mode. So again, male or female, the idea of the protector. I got you. You're my best friend. Of course I'm going to help you out. Of course you can stay with me. And I am getting something about affection with a child. Maybe this person has almost been a younger brother or younger sister to you in your life. You see them maybe as you see them as a bit naive. I think that's what it is. And so maybe from the start you saw the writing on the wall with this potential relationship that is ending. But again, there's something very sterile about the relationship, at least up until that point. This was never someone, again, that you were flirty or passionate for in that capacity, and yet you love them deeply, like mother and child. The mother and child reunion, that's a Paul Simon song. Maybe that's significant to someone. Maybe someone's name is Paul or Simon. I'm getting all these music messages for you guys. Yeah, you're gonna fight for this person and you're protecting them. Again, not so much of I'm fighting for you because it's been years and I love you. And I mean, maybe for some of you, maybe for a select few of you, you're defending their honor. You're coming to save them. You're defending their name, maybe their reputation. Maybe someone is like spreading gossip and rumors. Again, the vulture eating away at their bones. Someone's picking at them, picking on them, right? If it is a child, maybe someone is picking on them at school or at work, or for some of you, this could be a parent-child relationship. Yeah, and this is such a card of family values and legacy over time. And under it is the Five of Cups, so some sort of heartbreak or tragedy or sorrow. 3 cups can sometimes be third-party energy. And something about this is speaking to me about you were always the third cup, but they didn't see it that way. And cups being emotions, love. Yes, these cups have spilled, and it's tragedy and it's sorrow and it's heartbreak. Look at that card. But right there on the table behind are these 2 cups, this opportunity for partnership that could bring great joy and happiness. And under that is the Sun, the card of great joy and happiness. And mother and daughter too, mother and child. If this isn't romantic, it's absolutely a parent and child spread. But for a lot of you, there's something innocent about your relationship with this person, and maybe it's opening yourself up to new possibilities of where this could go. But I mean, this card feels so good to look at, right? It's very joyous. It's very happy. Might be dealing with a Capricorn. You have 2 cards of Capricorn I see here too. Something about saving and rescuing. Something about I think this is a different message, but something about a bathtub might be important. Maybe they're coming to help you fix your bathtub. I'm getting these random messages, Gemini. I'm sorry, but it's going to resonate with someone out there. Maybe that's how this whole thing starts. This, helping them on a home repair, or something about the bathtub, or I don't know, maybe you guys make out in the shower for the first time or something. I don't know. Anyway, that was there, so I read it. Let's move on, because I don't even know what that's about. That's so funny. I mean, this is a great spread. It seems very platonic to me. But anyway, let's move on. What is your guidance or advice? Wow, you have the Sun again. So, same card, different deck. But I mean, the fact that the Sun is there, that's huge. This is one of the happiest cards in the deck. Like, it really doesn't even have a negative connotation. But yeah, there's something about the Sun in the distance. It's on the horizon. As we were saying, with seeds into trees, it's long term. So maybe that's why the cards aren't coming up as these passionate, lusty, flirty things yet. But if one of the two of you is going to break first, it's going to be you, Gemini. How I was saying, there's something a little bit seductress about this. There's something a little bit like come hither. All right, so this sunshine is being clarified by, you may have been a bridesmaid at this person's wedding, or what is the opposite, groomsmen or ushers? I'm sorry, I forgot the term, but you may have been in this person's wedding, or a key player at this person's wedding. Maybe you helped them plan it, or you organized the bachelorette party, or something about your siblings' significant person. They might be coming into this equation to you, Gemini. Ooh, that's tricky. That's really tricky. Okay, so an in-law, again, so not blood related, but if it's your brother or your sister, their significant other who maybe they've been with for several years, they start coming around to you. And again, it's always been platonic. It's been this, again, mother-child, or almost like your brother or your sister relationship. It's been very sterile and cold. With good reason, right? That might be something coming in for some of my Geminis. The Family Stone, for those who have seen that movie, it's like they swap. Sarah Jessica Parker's husband ends up with her sister, and then she ends up with Dermot Mulroney's brother. It's something like the swapping. Gemini. Of course, you guys get this reading. It's so great. All right, so the Sun is being clarified by the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Not a great card, I'm not going to lie to you. Five of Pentacles is a tricky energy. Any fives in tarot are agents of change and chaos. Pentacles, building, working, fixing something that was out of whack or out of balance, especially something about home repairs, guys. I don't know what that is, but it keeps coming here. Fixing something in the home, or moving homes because of like a leak or an infestation or something about and that is all symbolic of what this is. A rotting of the home. Whether that's I just got the chills. That's exactly what this is. Something in the home was rotten. It was foul. It was corrupt. It was eating away. It was vulture energy. That's why poltergeist came up. It was something in the house that was trying to rip the family apart. And the idea of the bathtub being cleansing, healing emotionally with water. Guys, I have the chills. Ooh, I hope this reaches whoever needs to hear it. Or who needs to hear it. That's what this is. Something that needs to be fixed, and the idea of illumination, a fixing of a relationship, or illuminating new ideas to this relationship was always destined to be imbalanced. So maybe fixing it has to do again with finding the right key to fit the lock. What's going to open the doors to illumination, to the sun, to happiness, to joy. What I'm getting at is maybe somebody was not with the right person, and that's what's being fixed here. This is such a unusual depiction for this card, but I always view these as very like scorpionic, again, more Scorpio, but more so Cancer. Cancer, the crab, right? There's something, and I love me my water signs, just to be clear, I have Scorpio and Cancer in my chart, but I'm almost getting what's being left behind is a water sign. So your person, Gemini, they may have been with a water sign, particularly a Cancer or a Scorpio. Or maybe that person is coming into your life, and I'm just getting, there's heavy symbolism there with like the hard, toughened shell, but soft on the inside. Something about they're trying to break through, oh wow, they're trying to break through the door. They're trying to break through the glass, the stained glass window, which stands for salvation, for hope, for, you know, the church, the, as we were saying with the Hierophant, the institution, the tradition, marriage, whatever. It's like maybe they're trying to leave the marriage behind. They're trying to bust through and break free. They're searching for new doors and new avenues to go down. Hello, Gemini, presenting that key of a new door, a new avenue. So also clarifying it is the Two of Swords. Okay, so this talks about decision making. And again, because she's blindfolded, as the Two of Swords frequently is, it's Libra energy. You have 2 cards of Libra. That might be a significant player in your life or in your chart. You may have heavy Libra in your chart. The idea of being blind to this is very important because, as I was saying earlier on, you didn't see this coming. If you already know this person, and most of you do, this is like a friendship or, again, an in-law or something. You never saw them this way. You were blind to the idea that you guys were a good fit, that you guys were each other's target, that your fate, your destinies, your journeys were going to align and meet in the middle, like at that intersection, at that point. You may have someone around you, Gemini. This is a completely new energy. Potentially a parental figure who is offering you guidance of some sort, and I have to say, I'm not sure if it's good or bad. And it has to do with this person, though, that's coming in. So for a lot of you, it might be your parents saying, you know, watch the boundaries. This was your sister's ex-boyfriend. Like, watch it. Like, I'm sensing it's more that it's I want to be careful. I wanted to say darker energy, but it's almost like they're, how do I phrase this? They're counteracting what your intuition is telling you. Because deep down, I think some of you are feeling this. I'm still getting lady in the bathtub. I just saw this card and, sorry, it's a dinner party, but I almost saw it like this from a distance. Doesn't that look like a woman in a bathtub? Something about that is important, guys, if it's your message. That's a flower, isn't it? Isn't that a type of flower, the lady in the bathtub? It is. I don't know if that's its true name, but it's a nickname for something. It's a nickname for some type of flower. Again, maybe that flower was at their wedding, or that's their favorite flower. Maybe they're into gardening. Whatever. Completely lost my train of thought. Your the dark energy, it's this crow is what I'm getting at. They're feeding you little bits of information and knowledge regarding this situation. For a lot of you, it's a parent or, again, another friend. It's nobody else we've talked about yet. And your intuition is telling you, well, gosh, like I never saw them this way, but I think they're flirting with me and like I kind of like them. The crow person, we're going to call them the crow. They're like, be careful, Gemini. Like, they just got out of a relationship. Are you sure you want to go after that? Or it could be vice versa. Again, that sterile, like, no, there's a very firm boundary line of I can't cross this because they're my best friend and I've never like had those feelings for them. I feel like I shouldn't. Then the opposite, that person might be saying, but you know they always liked you. Like, you know, like they asked you to prom in high school, like that they like you. And it's counteracting your beliefs on the situation. It's one or the other. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying there. Anyway, what do we need to know about this? Should we throw some romance in? I mean, bottom of your deck is, oh, wow. Okay, bottom of your deck, you have 2 aces. Don't be disturbed by the depiction of this. It's the Haunted House Tarot. It's all gothic and creepy. Aces are new beginnings, brand new beginnings, a clean slate. The depiction here is dark, but I'm not getting anything bad from this. It's a new thought. It's a new idea. It's a new way of viewing a person that you previously viewed in a different way. It's a new judgment call. And this is the Ace of Wands, so passion, fire, excitement, motivation. It's the boner card, right? Something about the bathtub, wink. All right, interesting. You have 2 aces, 2 new beginnings. Oh, and there's that Cancer card. There's that High Priestess. I said High Priestess accidentally earlier. It had to do with this instead of saying High Priest. You might be dealing with a Cancer, but more than anything, this speaks about listening to your intuition, trusting your feelings. What a cool card, too. I love this depiction of the High Priestess. But yeah, there's potential for long-term stability and happiness here, particularly regarding family matters, family values. And for some of you, this might not be romantic. This might just be a spread of like advocating to you, hey, your friend's going through a difficult time, so maybe like reach out to them and embrace them. Help them bring their joy and light and happiness back. Because yeah, the person's going through a difficult time, so however your paths meet and cross, you're going to be a significant player in this person's life. You're going to offer them some sort of key that is going to unlock a door. That could mean a million different things, but I just said key player. There you are. You're going to be a key player in this person's health and recuperation, and more than anything, just having fun together. That's what I'm getting. You're going to bring light to this person's dark sky. Gemini. Wow, guys, this was actually a really cool reading. I love it. Let me know what resonated for you in the comments below. Please do like, share, subscribe. Hit that wiggly bell somewhere down here if you want notifications when I post, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, Gemini.